on to our next topic. The Defensive Player of the Year award was announced. It was given to Marcus Smart, the first point guard to win it since Gary Payton. Everybody's making a big deal. Chris, let's go to you, man. You had the rundown of the voting. How did it shake out?
Oh yeah, let me pull up that.
Pull it up. Well, the finalists were
voting.
Go ahead.
Sorry, the finals were what? Smart, Bridges, and Gobert.
Yep.
And then the voting shaped out Marcus Smart, Michael Bridges, and Rudy Gobert. And was 37, 22, and 12 first place votes. Bam, fourth with 13. He had one more first place vote than Rudy Gobert. Jaren Jackson Jr. is 10th or fifth with 10 votes. Giannis, sixth with 5 votes. And then Robert Williams got one first place vote. And then we got Drew, Al Horford, Draymond, and Matisse. They didn't, But like when I see that Robert Williams first place vote, how many MVP or how many of these people that vote are in the East Coast that just watch Boston games all the time?
I think a lot.
Probably a lot, yeah.
When I see that Robert Williams one, I'm like, he was a good defender, but he shouldn't be getting a first place vote from any. Whoever gave him that should probably consider, reviewing his credentials a little bit. I was trying to be nicer about it, but Marcus Smart's fine. He was a very good defensive player this whole season.
Best defense in the league.
His on-off numbers are the same when he's on the court. Defensive rating is the same as when he's off the court because the Boston defense is fantastic.
Yes,
they have Tatum, Brown, Robert Williams, Al Horford, Derek White is a very good defensive player for them. They have some guys to play defensively. Rudy Gobert is still the defensive anchor for Utah. And I think the only reason he didn't get it, he's won the award 3 times. So it's like, well, you can't give it to him again. If you give it to him again, that's 4. Is he really one of the best defensive players of all time? You can't give it to him 4 times. It's like, yes, you can. He's that good defensively for this team. And it's just because offensively, he's a tree. He can't shoot the ball.
Yeah.
So I think that honestly, I think his offensive game might have hurt him more. And his reputation. Ever since touching those mics, he hasn't really recovered from that.
He hasn't really recovered. It's a tough one. Even just kind of watching them against Memphis, the way he kind of anchors in the back and deters shots and doesn't let guys get in the paint. He's a great defender. There's no doubt about it. I have my bones to pick with him for sure. So, Joey, what are your thoughts on Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah, I think it makes great sense to me. The best defensive team, the best defender on that team should get the award. Skeets on No Dunks went through the last 10 or 15 years of winners, and nobody has won Defensive Player of the Year that hasn't been team defense in the top 4 or 5. So looking back through it, they're all 4-3-2 kind of thing. So I think the biggest gripe for Rudy is, last year the Jazz were the second best defensive team and they slipped to 10 this year. So it's kind of hard to award him something like that again. And then the conversation becomes, is it better to have a better team around you, or for you to get your award to have the worst players, but you're still the top, defender on the team kind of thing. But I think that's kind of more the reason why Gobert didn't get it, because as a team, Bam had a lot of choice words calling it disrespectful and stuff. He missed 30, 40, 50 games or something like that. You can't get that award when you're missing that kind of time. The other thing I think is, I think Draymond probably would have been a lock for it this year had he not missed all that time that he did. But I'm not upset about it. I think it's kind of fun. It's nice to have a non-big man,
a little guy.
And in terms of he's on a team that plays switch defense a ton, and an NBA. The NBA does switch defense. That's the thing now. He's guarding every position, and he does it pretty darn well. And I don't know if there's somebody else that's doing it probably as well as he is. If you pull Gobert out to the 3-point line, that's not that's a win. That's a win for the offense.
Maybe I could make the argument for Mikal Bridges just on the fact that he's probably one of the more versatile wing defenders for sure, and gets matched up against the best guys a lot. I know Marcus is a pretty versatile defender himself, so no real gripes with that one. That would be interesting.
The thing with Michael Bridges, I just realized he's played every single game that he's been eligible to play since college. So he played 82 games this year. Marcus Smart only played 71. Michael averaged 34.8 minutes a game, while Marcus Smart averaged 32. Michael played a lot more basketball. Like if he wasn't in Phoenix, honestly, if he was in the East Coast, he probably would have gotten the award. But because there's so, anyways, yeah.
There you
That's a good
go.
argument.
Let the hate flow through you. Oh, speaking of the East Coast, Boston's back up too.
I see